Hey, what is going on, guys? Today I am sharing with you my top 5 best Assetto Corsa car mods for the month of August. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the end of August. We did our best track mods video yesterday, so here we are with the best car mods video, ladies and gentlemen. We have some stuff from grassroots to some very interesting road, in quotations, cars, all the way up to some Le Mans prototypes. So there's a lot to show here on the list, and let's get right into it with number 1. Number 1 on the list is the BAC Mono. This is made by the German company BAC, or BAC, whatever you want to call it. And this thing is basically like a little formula car for the road. You can actually buy this if you have the money and so choose to do. It has 304 brake horsepower, 307 newton meters of torque, but the big one is that it only weighs 580 kilograms. This thing is basically like a little Formula 4 car for the road, and it is a super fun one to drive and race. This one is brought to us by the Reboot team, and it is very, very high quality, and it drives amazing. It's super fun. So if you like open wheel cars, I know this thing technically has fenders because it has to be road legal, but I mean, it's close enough to an open wheel car. It's got headlights and taillights and everything, so it's actually a really good night racer as well, which most open wheel cars, unless you're on a track that has stadium lights, you can't really do. So this thing is just a super unique driving experience and just a super unique car in general. So I highly recommend you give this one a download. You can find it in the link in the description below. Number 4 on the list is the TPCA Corolla. This is a Toyota Corolla, but it's not what you think. It is an insane little Argentinian club car. It's very, very different. 300 brake horsepower, 250 newton meters of torque, and it only weighs 1,200 kilograms. This one is brought to us by Aligol, and it is a very high quality car mod. It drives it's not like the most grippy thing ever, but it drives very well, and it sounds just great. What else can I say? So yeah, this is a super cool one. I highly recommend you give it a download. If you like more pedestrian style driving cars, you know, if you like more GT cars, I guess I should say, this one will be up your alley. You can find it in the race department link in the description below. Number 3 on the list is the TC Bonaerense. I tried. This thing is a super unique looking, I assume like kit car almost. This is one by Reg Simulations. It has 275 brake horsepower, 674 newton meters of torque, and it weighs 1,150 kilograms. This thing is a really fun, again, club Argentinian racer. The Argentinian motorsports scene is actually kind of well represented here in Assetto Corsa, so, I mean, hey, that's pretty cool, I guess. The car mod itself is super high quality, and with its thin tires, this thing is a challenge to drive. But once you get the hang of it, it is super, super fun. And especially if you throw it around the right track, this thing will definitely give you an hour or two of enjoyment. You can find it in the race department link in the description below. Highly recommend you give it an install. Number 2 on the list is the Sauber Mercedes C9 GT. Now, you're probably wondering, we already have this Sauber Mercedes C9, but that is the Le Mans version or the low downforce version. This is the GT version or the high downforce version. So it's kind of just another version of a standard Kunos car, but I think it's still really cool to have here in Assetto Corsa. This one is brought to us by Legion, if you don't know who Legion is, they're a very, very good free mods studio, and this thing was an absolute beast in the Group C era. 942 brake horsepower, 1,062 newton meters of torque, and it just weighs about 1,000 kilograms. This thing was an absolute insane beast, not to mention it's twin turbocharged. If you've never driven any of the Kunos Group C cars in Assetto Corsa, you're missing out because they are very, very fun to drive. And of course, the Group C era is just such an insane one for endurance racing. And to have, I guess, the high downforce version here, to have a little bit more grip going through the corners on, your not Le Mans tracks, I think this one is a super cool addition to have in your Assetto Corsa, especially if you're like a GP Laps and you love some racing history in your Assetto Corsa mods folder. You can find it in the link in the description below. This one is super fun. Give it a download. And finally, number 1 on this list is one that actually goes quite well with the Skoda I reviewed a few months back. This is the Alfa Romeo Giulia TI Super. This thing it looks a lot like the Skoda. This is a 1963 model year, 240 brake horsepower, 220 newton meters of torque, and it weighs 850 kilograms. This one is brought to us by Andre Cardall, and this is just a super fun little old-timey tin top car. So if this is your type of stuff, this is going to fit right into your Assetto Corsa mod folder. It's also nice because, again, it goes well with that Skoda, so if you're on maybe a little bit more of a rural club track, or maybe you're even on some historic stuff, this will fit right in with it, so you can have a little bit more grid diversity in your offline races. I highly recommend you give this one a download. It's super high quality and, of course, super fun to drive. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys this month. A little bit of a spoiler alert if you're watching this video when it comes out. It is nighttime in Europe, so I don't know how many Europeans are going to see this. But if you are European and you are watching this, or you're American, quick little few hours early surprise, my league Real Life Esports is coming back, and our main feature series will be Wes. It will be starting in 2022, early 2022, but do not fret. We have another, you'll go join my community Discord. You can read up on the full, press release I gave about it, and I am so looking forward to this. I feel like we're going to be able to get a full grid for pretty much everything we want to do now, so I'm super hyped. Thank you guys for so much of the support recently as well. It's been insane. We've almost made it to we've almost made it to 1,200 subs. So this is a crazy month. Thank you guys so much. I'll stop rambling there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.